human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
When some wild-eyed eight-foot-tall maniac grabs your neck, taps the back of your favorite head up against a barroom wall, he looks at Christy in the eye and he asks if you paid your dues.
Inconceivable!
Alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Hey, this is Geek Public Radio right here on geekpublicradio.com, and guess what? We're back. It's another podcast. Yay! Woohoo! We're back. So, we've been really kind of, well, sort of busy. We have a lot of things to announce.
We missed our Wednesday
Yeah,
live show.
We were going to
return.
We were
like 2 weeks in a row.
Like, we're going to go do this and things and stuff, and
Live
no.
and yeah.
But, well, the goal is still to make it a live show, but you know what,
Yeah.
sometimes things get in the way of that.
We'll
but
have-
we do have some really fun stuff to announce that we'll talk about.
Yeah, and we promise we'll have our shit together by the time, it rolls around.
We hope.
We'll be a live show again by the time this happens.
I want to be a real boy.
I ain't going there. I ain't even going there.
All right, so one of the first things is we launched the Roku channel. It's in beta right now, which means basically everybody go look at stuff and watch all the videos you can and spin all that stuff and tell us if you like the design and all that stuff. But it's also for us to test to make sure that all of the reporting stuff works on the back end.
Right. And the Roku channel being the precursor to GPTV.
Yes. It's actually called GPTV.
Yeah.
So, you can check it out. The instructions are on the Geek Public Network website, which is channel.geekpublicradio.com. Just go there, and you can find the instructions for adding your Roku and all of that fun stuff.
I made a website.
I asked him, he looked at me and goes, "You just don't want to do it."
Yeah.
I said, "No, you said you wanted to learn how to do some of this stuff, so here's your chance."
Yeah.
I said, "We don't have to make it public or anything. It just gives you a chance to get your feet wet." And as soon as he started working on it, he goes, "Oh, we're making this public. If I'm going to do all this work."
Yeah, I'm doing all this shit. It's going to be public.
But I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks all right. I mean, there's some things I'd like to change, but right now I'm just kind of, you know what? It's fine.
There's nothing wrong with it that can't be just tweaked a little bit.
Right.
So,
I'll eventually go with a different theme, but
yeah.
it's okay.
So like I said, check it out, channel.geekpublicradio.com.
I popped my internets, Jerry.
There was a lot of yelling.
Yeah, a lot of cussing.
Yeah, I was like, I don't like that. And taking a break, and I'm like, but it's just, okay.
Mm-hmm. But it's just so simple. Don't you tell me it's simple. I believe I made up some cuss words.
But like I said, it looks pretty good, and it's got a lot of the information stuff on it that we, for what we've been doing with the film side of things and all that. And if you want to know, GP Network is the
Parent company, basically.
Yeah, it's the glue that sticks everything together.
Yeah, it's what has always been in the back, in the back room, basically. It is the man behind the curtain. And we've never really referenced it that much. So it's like, well, you know what? Maybe it should have its own damn website.
Right.
Yeah,
and,
so-
we also have a Facebook page, too. So, like it. We also post updates on there.
It actually looks like it's a spinoff of Geek Public Radio, but it has actually always been in the back burner. It's just that Geek Public Radio was out in the front so long
Right.
that it's just so much easier to tag onto it instead of having everything go back to.
Right.
So,
But, this what covers GP Films, which is the film side of what we do. It covers the GP TV. It covers the radio station. It covers the podcasts.
mm-hmm.
In fact, the podcasts are under GP Network.
Yeah.
That's, where that, you'll notice that. So.
Well, and if you get on iTunes and you look at look for the podcast under iTunes, it's under GP Network is what you have to look for, and then all the podcasts are under that.
So, it is definitely something to check out and give a go. Like I said, all the instructions are right there. All you have to do is click the Add Me, and the link that was, also provided, and you'll be able to just add
Join
the thing.
the-
And like I said, watch as many videos as you want. We got like 5 or 6 of our videos up there.
Got a web series coming too.
And the first episode of the pilot of the web series, and we have a whole bunch of classic horror movies and sci-fi movies on there. I think there's a total of like, with our short films, it's like 25, 26 films.
Now, did you tell me you could or couldn't get Sakura Killers?
No, we could not get
Oh.
It's not in public domain.
That's too bad.
Yeah,
Chuck
that-
Connors is the Colonel.
No, but there is a lot of cool stuff on it, and check it out, watch it, help us figure out what needs to fixed and what we need to alert them to. Like, hey, you're not reporting anything. So
Yeah.
the email address, you can also email like if there's something wrong with it or something that happened, or you'll say, hey, I love this, or hey, can you try to find this film? Channel inquiry at geekpublicradio.com.
Now, is it all one word, channel inquiry, or is it channel dot inquiry?
No, it's all one word.
all
Channel
inquiry.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So that will give you a chance to submit, anything that you think needs to be changed or whatever. So
It will not have the. I will not get its hate mail though.
no,
Awesome.
no, everything else goes to you.
I'll hear about it, regardless, but I won't get the hate mail.
So, well, yeah. So now that we've got that out of the way,
Yeah. Did you want to talk about the new web series or anything?
yeah. Well, I mean, we can.
Go ahead. You know more about it than I do.
Well, I mean,
I just wrote the little blurb thing.
we're it's something I've been working on for a long time. I actually came out with the poster for it to tease everybody like a year ago, and we were literally we were in Somerville, and I was like, oh, we need to start driving people to get interested in it and this, that, and the other, and I posted it, and people talked about it for a little while, but then I couldn't get any more traction on it, so it kind of
Petered out.
well, no, it just it was always there, but the feature film started to
Yeah.
be pushed by some individuals who are financially responsible for the feature film.
Yeah.
So it was he was like, you need to spend more time doing the fist. I'm like, I have nothing to do right now.
Yeah.
You have other people doing jobs. I have nothing. Let me do my own stuff because you don't pay me that much.
Right.
And he was, no, that's what I'm not saying that. I was like, okay, that's as long as you remember that. But then again, I got sucked into doing all of the other stuff for that feature film too. So it finally came up to where I have a break, and I was like, one, we need to get something done, and we need to get moving. And I got the people that everything kind of fell together, and we kind of just went out and did it, the first episode. And now if I can just find a weekend where we can continue, because one of my reoccurring roles is currently sitting in the other room.
Yeah.
But she works
Right.
Monday through Friday. So we got to find a good weekend to film the rest of it. So,
Yeah.
at least the second episode. But it's already mapped out and ready to go. We just have to do it.
I learned people get pissy when you step into the window and laugh at them when they're filming.
Well, yeah, especially if it's on camera.
Well, yeah, but the camera wasn't running.
But so it's up there. It's the very first episode. You can also find it on Vimeo and whatnot. We posted a link to it on the Facebook. Or did I post it on the Facebook?
I'm trying to think of when you posted that. I think you just lied to everybody.
No, I had it. I posted
Liar.
it. I posted
Liar.
it. I just don't remember if I posted just the link or if I actually posted the video.
Beats me.
But it was a minute ago.
It wasn't on the YouTube, though.
It's on YouTube, I do believe,
Okay.
but I didn't post the YouTube.
You know
link
what? If they get a
because-
Roku, they can go check it out, because isn't it up on the...
Yeah, it's on Roku
Okay,
now.
well, see, you can watch it on Roku.
Now I'm going back going, I swear, just but like, the whole, hey, did you take your son to work? I was like, oh, no, wait a minute.
I just got you all messed up today.
Yeah, you did. Like, I was sitting on the couch going, kind of half out of it, and then all of a sudden he's like, hey, did you take, what? Oh, no, wait, oh. Because, that's nice, I guess.
You're fine. So,
You posted so much, I'm having to scroll down for, like, ever.
probably. I mean, shit, we done that, like, what, a month ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you're going to have a lot of scrolling to do, buddy. You might as well give that up until after the podcast.
Well, now I got, you got me thinking, like, did I post that?
Just post it again, and you won't be, just grab it and post it again. It won't be a problem. Because by the time they hear this, they'll be like, oh, well, it's posted. And now they don't have to go scrolling through a month's worth of shit. You just
Right.
repost it.
That makes sense. How dare you make sense to me in my...
Right? I know it.
In my
even the
studio.
sun shines on a dog's ass every once in a while. I'm just trying to save people some time because it pissed me off too. So we done the got the Roku channel, got the
Yeah.
He Is Coming web series started. We have some rather interesting developments as far as live podcasts that we haven't touched on yet.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. You want to?
We only one of them is the one has been confirmed. The other has
yes,
not.
one has been confirmed. We are going to be doing a live podcast at Gen Con 51.
Mm-hmm. Well, they gave us a whole room and everything.
Yeah, they did. Those silly bastards. They gave us a decent room too.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. And wait till they get a load of us. Of course, that's what you get. You set this up like last year too, didn't you? You were.
Yeah.
So.
It actually took a minute to get pushed through, but they finally came back and said, "You're approved." And I was like, "Yay!"
Did she remember talking to you last year?
Yeah. Yeah. Because
How much ass did you have to kiss to get this?
Actually, not very much. I
Not a
just
whole
kind of
lot.
explained what that we'd been there as press for several years, and we had pretty much taken that year off, and would like to still do stuff and whatever, but talking about the podcast and how integrating some of that stuff we did as press was hard to do into the show, and we were wanting to do a live show from here, or at least record one
Yeah.
live from here.
And we don't want to be those assholes walking around with the equipment getting in everybody's way.
Right, and that
That's
was
the
one
big thing.
Yeah, and that was one of the things that irritated me.
Well, we talked about it in the
Yeah,
last year too.
it was just like, I went out of my way to not to be in people's way.
Right.
In fact, we would set up in one location. I would go grab people and have them come back, and then we would shoot.
Yeah.
Up and away from everybody.
The old man in me wants to blame millennials. That's what it is.
Everybody and their brothers got a camera out, and this, that, and the other. It was just like, you know what? Let's just do the show.
Yeah. Might as well.
So we'll be there.
Tickets are $4.
Yeah.
We'll be playing
Because,
podcast bingo.
Because Gen Con has to pay for the rooms and whatnot.
Right.
There has to be a fee.
Mm-hmm.
So tickets are $4. We'll be doing stuff like podcast bingo, where we're giving away things. We already have a couple guests lined up who will come in and talk to us for a little while and whatnot. And one of them is the creator
I was going to say,
of
do you
the
want to?
Submerged Area, or Submerged Echo 51.
Yeah.
The card game, which will be released, actually physically released by the time Gen Con gets around. So we'll have some cool cards to give away. We'll have a signed DVD and a movie poster to give away from the Submerged guys.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a couple other people who are ready to we're in talks with about coming in and So it's going to be a really interesting show. So if you're a fan of the Submerged series or whatever, here's your chance to get a little bit of behind the scenes stuff and possibly win copies of the stuff. And it's one of those things that playing podcast bingo. If I stutter, mark a box, or
that's a given.
if I totally lose my train of thought, mark that one.
Yeah.
We're gonna have fun coming up with listening to the old shows and coming up with stuff that I do or you do.
Right.
That we can make up a whole bunch of different sheets and whatnot, and just randomize it out. And I think it'll be fine.
What we should probably do is have a third party listen to them.
And give a list of 75.
Yeah, we'll get let's get like Bill or Pat or Jim or Eddie.
That's dangerous.
Well, yeah. You know what? Let's get Libby. Or
there
Heather.
You go.
We'll get them to listen to them and say, okay, you guys say this quite a bit, so.
What's funny is at one time we had somebody on the show and whatnot who would always, every time he would come back from stuff, he would always say the same, all right, guys. And every, when we doing the radio, he was well, that was whatever. So, all right, guys, here we go. And this is, so it was we nicknamed his show the All Right Guys show. So it's one of those that, that's going to be one of them. Me saying,
Yeah.
It drives me crazy when I listen and I catch myself doing stuff like that. But it's because my brain is already ahead of where my mouth's at, and I'm trying to figure out what I was.
Yeah, when we first started the Metal and Madness, I'd listen to the first 2-3 podcasts, and I was like, man, I keep saying, I'm just, yeah, yeah. Like I had a response for everything that Jim said. So.
Yeah, but that's how you message back too, by the way.
Well, yeah.
I was like, did you see this? Yeah. Okay.
Right, yeah. Fair enough. Grim resignation. There's one. Yeah, fair enough.
There's always the
5 minutes of hate.
That
could be one.
Yeah, that's not gonna. We're not doing that one live. I can't censor that one.
No, I didn't mean to play it over there, but anytime 5 minutes of hate's referenced, or kill it with fire before it lays eggs, purify it with fire, if fire is referenced.
Right.
Like the flamethrowers that...
Elon Musk.
Yeah, man, I want one of them so bad.
What's funny is all they are those...
It doesn't matter. It's a flamethrower,
right,
and you want it. You have to have it.
It's just...
It looks good on the wall, if nothing else.
Right.
It's just a propane torch.
Right. It's just like what they would use to seal asphalt driveways and whatnot.
And it will stay just a propane torch until, you put a super soaker next to it, with jellied gasoline in it. Now we're throwing napalm, boys. This is how the world burns. But anyway, there's another one. But anyway. Yeah.
So it'll be fun, though.
Yeah.
And we have some other stuff that we're already getting.
I'm excited. The room's next to an escalator. I'm like, my badass ain't having to walk up the stairs.
Yay! But we're going to give away stuff like the Cthulhu mints and some of the bobbleheads and geek balls and all the stuff that we have from the Verse games.
Yeah.
So that will be cool. There'll be a lot of prizes that we can give out. So if anything, $4 to win something that is around the neighborhood of anywhere from $5 to $15.
Yeah.
I mean I think that'd be worth sitting around listening to us for a couple hours.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Maybe.
You're like, I don't know how people do 45 minutes of us during the podcast.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking 2 hours. I'm thinking, I can take a break to go out and smoke while he's interviewing guests. I just get on the escalator and ride that sucker down. Go right.
Oh
out
no,
the door.
we're it's meeting room 1, so you're already down.
Oh, okay. Well,
So
see,
you
it's
got to
even
go
better.
right up and then out the doors, and then you're at the
Oh, it's downstairs.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like where is? Have you been to Lucas Oil?
Yeah, but I was up in the nosebleed seats during the monster truck rally.
The
Figure.
the room is, you know how you walk in.
Yeah,
main,
I remember seeing the map, but I
Yeah,
just
like-
didn't realize that was below ground. I thought
Yeah.
that was floor level or.
Well, it's field level.
Okay,
So
I
when
got you.
you're in the convention center and you take the one long hallway all the way down, and it goes down the ramp into Lucas Oil, you go under the road.
Well, you got to remember too, when I was last at Gen Con, we were connected to the Hoosier Dome.
Well, yeah, that's true.
You know, that was the last time I was at Gen Con. You know, I went to the Gen Con the first year it came to Indianapolis, and I haven't been back. I wanted to go last year, but I had a stupid job. That's been rectified.
Wrecked them. Damn
Yeah.
near killed them.
Damn near.
No, but so we have that. We're going to be at In Conjunction. We have a table there.
Oh yeah, we hadn't actually announced that.
Yeah, we have a table at In Conjunction 2018, and that will be at the Marriott.
When is it?
July 4th to the 8th.
Oh, okay, so
No,
a month
or-
before Gen Con.
Try to check that out. July 6th to the 8th.
Yeah, it's still about a month before Gen Con.
Yeah.
So it's our dry run. We're gonna go live from there too, right?
We have put in for a live show there as well. We're going to do stuff from the hallway and whatnot, but we're actually going to have invite people in and screen the he is coming and
Yeah.
then do the podcast afterwards.
Okay.
I figured that would be pretty fun. By then, hopefully, we have 2 or 3 episodes, so we can do a run
Yeah.
of the series so far to get people interested, and then do the show. And that may be free because I don't know if they have really costs for anything like that. I am not sure, as I have not done anything outside of the vendor hall.
I don't know. I've never been to In Conjunction, so.
It's fun. Like I said, we set up last year and did sold stuff and whatever, and it was a great time.
Yeah. I know we'd. The only con I've been to is Gen Con back when it first came to India. I haven't been to any of the Yen Con or Pop Con or
We
anything
did
like that.
we did PopCon as media a couple years. We've done Comic-Con as media a couple years. We had movies shown at Comic-Con, but they never gave us tickets to go attend our own screenings.
Those bastards.
Or they didn't even give us discounts either. So it was just and then
How
we
dare
got
they
back-
not give us free shit?
Well, no, it's just I'd like to at least have a 1-day pass so I
Right.
could go and
See it. See
not
the reaction.
yeah, or have people oh, you made that, that's cool, It's more of a recognition. So when people say, hey, I made this, and this, they're like, who are you?
Yeah.
And it helps with future projects. When people can connect you to whatever you've done.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people know Monty Cook's name?
Yeah.
How many people can point him out,
Yeah.
who he is?
Yeah,
So,
see, it's all about presence. Most people, when they meet me, they don't forget me. For one reason or another.
I think that's
I honestly don't care
scarring them
Yeah,
for
that's
life.
fine, too.
Yeah,
that's fine too.
it's like, Jesus Christ, you're a big bastard.
I was once called a big honky. It happened.
So yeah, so In Conjunction is going to be fun. We got that to look forward to. We got a lot of prep work to get done because not only am I going to have to get everything set up for that, but we're going to have the table set up and all the signage for the table and all of that fun stuff. Yay!
Yeah. What other cons you want to go to?
Well, I'd like to go, but most of them are actually like already locked
Already
down.
full?
Yeah.
So you started working on next year yet?
I'm getting ready to start working on next year. They have to open up for people to put in before we, you know.
Usually that's like a week after it closes or whatever, right? Or...
Depends on some of them. Some of them, like
the
Gen
next day?
Con, Gen Con didn't open up till January.
Oh,
You
no.
couldn't actually physically submit events or whatever until like January or whatever. And I was like, got the email. She said, here's the spot to submit your thing. I was like, okay. And you know,
Didn't hear nothing. Didn't
hear nothing. Kind of like put it on the back burner. Oh, blue.
And then out of the blue, you get an email from her, or did you send an email to her?
No, they Gen Con sent me an email saying it was accepted. The one I
Yeah.
forwarded to you.
Yeah, I remember seeing you come running in, you're like bouncing off the walls. And,
Like, yeah.
like, woo, 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 woo. It's like Bugs Bunny cartoon.
Like, what are you doing? What are you doing, Dave?
And then I was trying to like decipher the email while you're talking at 90 mile an hour. And oh, we're going to Gen Con. We're going to.
Well, we were going to be in Gen Con no matter what, but
Oh, yeah.
now we actually get to.
We're doing a show.
Yeah. So
And that's about how I got it. I was like, okay, here's this email. You showing me the phone and email. We're doing a show. Like, okay, so that's just forward me that. No, throw something up on the Facebook. So that's how that happened. And then we had. It didn't take long for us to get. It kind of garnered its own. Kind of a little bit become a life of its own too. There. Next thing I know, we're not even 2 hours into it. We've got people that are like, hey, let's get together and we'll sponsor this and that.
Right. And like I said before,
So I was a little surprised at how fast that moved.
With the Submerged guys, Demetrius Witherspoon is a great guy. He's working on the Submerged Galaxy over like feature film, Galaxy of Submersion or Subversion or whatever. I honestly am so fried at the moment, like my brain with everything else that's been going on. I can't remember. But like he did Nero Reborn and all of the Submerged films, and then he's going to cap it off with a big feature film, which is. But he's a promoting machine when it comes to stuff like it. I mean, he's got cologne and shoes. Like I saw people like connected to him, like promoting the crap out of it too. The game, all of this stuff, and he's planning on even going like further into stuff with the development of. He's taking the Lucas model
Right.
and running with it.
Well, I wonder if he's thought, with doing the Submerged and then doing the shoes, I wonder if he's thought about doing like some galoshes or something. Or like some waders. I mean, and I'm not even trying to be funny. I mean...
Well, no, those shoes are really cool canvas.
Yeah, I've seen the... Yeah.
I don't know if you can do, the same kind of printing that, those limited edition shoes that you can on like something rubbery.
Well, I think it all as long as the magic happens before you shellac it. I think that'd be all right.
Shellac.
Yeah.
But no, like he actually has given me ideas on stuff, and it's just like we totally need to do some of this stuff, and then I'm looking up, going, we don't have the money to totally do any of this stuff.
GPR the air freshener. Oh God, no.
GPR the Flamethrower.
Now see,
There
I'm telling
you go. I've looked at lunch. I did look at lunch boxes though.
Really?
Yeah, just for shits and giggles, just to see, like action figures.
Nobody wants a Topher the hairy bastard action figure.
Well,
With
no,
what? Kung Fu grip? Wow.
It comes with his own microphone and everything.
Oh man.
No, but I was thinking more along the lines of just stuff to promote like the web series. So you'd have like the figure from the cover of, like he is coming, the hooded figure with the glowing eyes. We could do something like that.
Yeah.
Or and I think I was like, well, that would be a cool way to promote the show and whatnot, like for the film side of things, and not at $250 a pop.
No.
Like I could get them down to $3 or $4 per figure,
right?
If I do 5,000. No, if I do 1,000, it was 1,000 of them, and I can get it for like $5
That's still a
Then it goes like, okay, that's $5,000 for I could sell them to stores, I guess. I mean, this is like fully done with backs and artwork and the whole 9 yards.
Oh yeah, but who's going to buy it? Toys R Us. I mean,
right? But way to throw that in there.
Hey.
But yeah, so there's just a whole bunch of stuff that he's been doing that I was looking at going, yeah, that would be really cool. But he's got a whole lot of fans, like a lot of fans, a lot of people interested in what he's doing, and I think it'll be pretty interesting to get one of the guys who was working with him, like his take on the whole thing, and
Yeah.
who knows, we might be able to pitch him on using our Lazarus system that we're carefully crafting to actually create a submerged RPG. Since he's got the card game,
Yeah, that's true.
we make an RPG. Yeah.
Well,
And then we get our system out there a little bit more.
yeah. I guess I'm going to have to do some research because I actually have no idea who this guy is or anything about Submerged. You're like, hey, this is so-and-so, and so I'm like, who?
Well,
What?
you haven't been around that side of things with me, like, at all. So,
I'm not even sure what side of things you're talking about.
the film side.
Oh, yeah, no, I have no idea. I mean, I made the little checkboard click thing. I done that. And
And you
I
got mad at
yelled
it. You got mad at it. You're like, oh, this is stupid. Yeah, it's not stupid when you're the one editing everything together.
Well, no, it just, I got the premise behind it, but, then our numbers started to diverge because certain things weren't done. And I was like, oh, God, I can't even keep up with this. They can't keep up with it.
No, that was a failure on somebody's part. I'm not going to go into that.
That
but
and my...
you were there. You were like, well, well, no, it should be this number.
Yeah.
And
I think I caught it. I was like, no, it should be... No, it's... I'm like, something didn't happen right because I know my shit's right.
Somebody didn't hit stop. Yeah. That's what I found out a couple times.
Numbers were kind of what I'd done for a long time,
Like somebody didn't hit stop on the record button.
Yeah.
So it was just like we have, I think it was like 35 minutes on one audio take.
That's all right though.
It was like the whole.
It's a learning curve for everybody.
The whole thing was only like 5-minute video, but it was like 35 of audio for one take.
That was my first day on a film set. It was a learning curve for everybody. I learned don't trust a styrofoam cup.
Well, yeah.
So I had to drink for about 5 minutes.
Well, that was something I was wanted to like. I appreciate him going and buying everybody's drinks and whatever. But that was the one thing I should have cautioned that normally when you're on a film set, you don't get styrofoam.
Yeah.
You get bottles with screw top caps. That way, if it falls, you're not cleaning up the sticky mess.
Well, it wasn't the issue of it falling over because it fell over twice. It's just the second time I caught it, my thumb went through the side of it, catching it.
So, but yeah, I mean, it was a fun shoot.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have a lot more fun shoots. I'm doing a lot more guerrilla than some of the other stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're helping with the rest of the feature film, which we're gonna be shooting, we got 2 more sections to shoot for it, and then it'll be done.
Yeah.
As long as we get that's never mind. That was.
Yeah. We got a lot of irons in the fire right now.
But so you'll see an actual like bigger production than just like 5 people sitting around, 2 guys talking.
Right, right.
I totally wanted to do on that scene, I wanted it to almost feel like At the Mouth of Madness.
Yeah.
Where they're sitting at the diner talking, and then like,
do you read Sutter Kane?
Yeah, the guy comes walking in from, but I so was like, oh, well, maybe we'd have like somebody walking up to the glass in the background and like, you know.
See, I tried. You guys got mad.
But
and I just didn't have a Holocaust cloak. That was what it was. There was discrimination for not having a Holocaust cloak.
But yeah, I was just sitting there going, that would be kind of cool. So that's how I pictured the thing. But as I rewrote that scene over and over again to get it dialed in, I ended up losing that because I didn't want to tip that hand too soon.
Right.
But I did. When I'm sitting here thinking about it, it's like, and if you watch it, it's shot similarly. You got the, I mean, there's only so many ways, but like even with the going over the shoulder and the window and all that stuff.
All he needed was an axe and just be like, come through the window.
I have that downstairs. Yeah, well, they wouldn't let us come through the window. I mean, I don't have the budget to replace one of those,
That's why you got to make it look like an accident. Telling you.
We have insurance, but I don't want to be responsible for the, somebody kicking off that, and that rate going up.
Slipped.
Like just the one outtake, somebody doesn't go, do you read Sutter Kane?
You got to get
wrong movie. Wrong movie.
You guys got to get this in one shot. We get one take. Anything else has to be fixed in post.
God, I hate that word, that phrase. We'll fix it in post. I am post. We're not fixing it in post. We can get this right practically. Let's do it.
And that was the first and only time Stafford was ever allowed to go to the film location. Yeah, everything can be fixed in post with enough creativity.
Yeah, we'll just cut the whole thing.
So now you're stifling the creativity.
If that's the way you feel, then maybe.
So we talked about Gen Con.
Yeah.
We've talked about going to InCon.
Mm-hmm.
We don't really have anything else lined up. We've talked about Roku, the web series. What else we got going on?
Well,
we talked about the website. We launched the GP Network. What else is there? You're just mad because I'm way away from the microphone here. I'll just drag it over here. There you go.
It's like I had to kick you up and like picked up the noise in the rest of the room.
Yeah, I heard that, and I was like, you know what? I'll just pull the microphone over here after all.
But I don't really. We've been doing a lot. Like I said, we have the last 2 things for the feature film that we're working on with Rutledge Productions.
Yeah.
So a lot of my mind's on that because I'm directing one of them, and if we can't find a guest director to do the other, then I will be directing both of them.
What do you want directed?
You're not. No. No.
We'll fix it in post. It'll be fine.
No. But I'm perfectly fine with directing both of them.
So you try to help somebody out, and they were complaining about it a minute ago. You try to help him out now. Oh, no, I'm fine after all. Okay.
Yeah. Well, no, this is where back to the Workdays thing, which I need to finish the next installment of Workdays, where, the only person I trust to do the stuff that I do is me.
Yeah.
So therefore, I need a clone.
Yeah.
But then again, I get a lazy clone.
Yeah.
All he wants to do is sit around, play video games, and play on the radio.
So you got a clone.
But so yeah, that's going. I shot a little bit of like the coming back, like the teaser, almost.
Yeah.
And I just put it. I hadn't really posted it anywhere other than on the group page, like the private page for
the station.
Yeah. I was thinking about just making that a teaser for and and tagging on the end of it and like they're back or whatever.
Yeah.
That might be, and releasing that.
Yeah.
Everybody who saw it like laughed their ass off at the hand gestures and the with the timing and everything. What's sad
was
is
pretty good timing.
The timing was actually better than on this one than the very first one.
Yeah.
Because the timing wasn't bad on the first one, but like the split screen stuff where I was with myself,
Yeah.
like that timing was off on the first one, and I couldn't tighten it up. This one, boom, like everything hit, and it was actually hit better than I anticipated.
Right.
And I was like, oh yeah, that looks good. But so yeah, I think I'm going to post that. I'm going to add the "We're Back" thing, and more coming in 2018.
We're back, a dinosaur story.
I don't know. We can always talk about all this other stuff that I'm looking at over here.
Like what?
Um,
I'm just trying to think of stuff that we wanted to get out.
well, I think that's most of the stuff we wanted to get out. Now
Yeah.
we're going to get off here and be like, oh, why didn't we talk
we
about?
forgot about.
Yeah,
Well, that's the thing about a podcast. We can turn right around and shoot another one, and then just release it a week later.
Well, I mean, I type in news stuff, whatever, and like the one thing is like, can a sex robot save your marriage?
Pass. Because you're just gonna be like, it just be like a ding, for an entire minute of me talking. So we'll just go ahead and give that one a hard pass. I'm gonna say probably not, and moving on. Unless you're in Japan, then all bets are off.
Yeah, well, who knows?
What else you got?
Frontier. Have you heard about that?
Frontier.
Mm-hmm.
What's Frontier?
It's a survival horror adventure game.
Have not heard about that. Is it like Oregon Trail with zombies? So I guess that'd be like the Oregon Trail.
Veteran game master Ivan Van Norman is running a post-apocalyptic video adventure game that follows the band of survivors as they journey across an infected America Midwest. It streams on Alpha. So
Streams on Alpha.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's probably not a video game now that I'm looking
right,
at it.
Yeah.
We needed an adventure game like that.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like Fortnite, but with zombies.
Yeah.
Or PUBG. Quickest way to start a fight online.
Yeah.
Is say one's better than the other. Then you have like the other people crawling all over those messages saying, "Oh no."
Well, then let me really stir the pot and say they're both shit.
Yeah, you haven't played Fortnite.
Doesn't matter. If it's so close that it's being compared to PUBG, then they're both crap. Long live Cheater Strike.
Cheater Strike.
Ooh, there's a fight. No.
Oh no, we're getting close to. Close is a relative term of releasing some of our free game stuff.
Yeah.
If we can get everything together.
Don't look at me like that.
Well, no, I'm talking about if we can get everything together for like the Call of Cthulhu revamp.
Oh, okay.
Using the storytellers, rock paper scissors system.
Yeah.
We were gonna. It was gonna go and be a download. So if you want to try that and make it a little bit easier than the way Skirmisher did it.
Yeah.
Which I liked Skirmisher stuff, but after playing in Mind's Eye games and whatnot, it was just awkward.
That's the first thing that we done because I was going to run the Cthulhu LARP, and the first thing that I done was figure out and adapt the Mind's Eye Theater rules for Call of Cthulhu. And
So I think between the two, if you still have your notes from when you did it,
oh God, I wish. I don't know. I'll have to dig through all that RPG stuff, man.
I'm saying if you still have all that, if you had your notes and take a look at what I did, because they're on your computer now.
Yeah.
I think we could hammer out like a full.
I had it pretty damn close to being complete. Because I run the one game I ran in module to test it, and everything seemed pretty flawless. Now there was a couple of things that I didn't get around to that just didn't present themselves. But it was actually more of a hybridization between the skirmisher rules and the Mind's Eye Theater. The majority of it was Mind's Eye Theater, but there was a couple aspects of the skirmisher rules that I used, just for like retests and things like that.
Right. Well, I kind of scrubbed everything out but the sand.
Yeah.
Like sanity is one of the things I kept, but I think I adapted that a little differently.
There was sand and there were some action aspects too that had to be, and I think it came with combat. And God, I hope I can find that stuff.
See, I ran it the thing once and did a trapped on an island style, like Harper's Island.
Yeah.
You remember that miniseries?
I'd done the Philadelphia experiment. Yeah, the modern day Philadelphia experiment.
See, I did it where they're all on this island, yada yada yada, and things are going weird, and people are ended up dying, and they're trying to figure it out, and then all of a sudden, they're dealing with cultists and whatnot.
Yeah.
And it worked, and like everybody was like, "Oh yeah, we need to do this again," and then, I still get messages saying, "Hey, we need to." I was like, if I have time,
Yeah.
that's not a luxury, anymore sometimes.
Yeah, one of the things that I really looked forward to with running the Call of Cthulhu was the theatrical aspect of it. If you can get the props, because it really relies on props quite a bit. I mean,
right?
With Mind's Eye Theater, you can show up dressed funny, but you're pretty much going to be fighting somebody else that's dressed funny. Now, for the Cthulhu stuff, you need to paper mache tentacles or something.
What's funny is if there was a way,
the Black Lagoon mask, something.
If there was a way to take it, because Lovecraft stuff is in public domain now,
yeah,
and has been for a little while. But if we could take what we have, like creatively, and turn that into like a boffer style LARP, where you're talking about like Nerf guns and Nerf bows and arrows and Nerf swords and boffer weapons and type stuff. We could take a page out of Dystopia Rising and give the books away for free, but to be a connected overarching plot thing, you pay X amount of money and you get all these stuff that whatever, and you become a franchise.
That's interesting.
So it's like the Camarilla, but monetized.
Right.
Like you have to pay to be accepted as a chapter or whatever, and you get official stuff, gear from the parent, but the books are free. Yeah. Like to get a paper, like a hardback copy, costs you money, but you can get the PDF. They like on their website.
What do you think the
and there's
interest
games.
In that would be?
The interest in Call of Cthulhu or Lovecraft stuff is especially in the gaming world hasn't waned.
Right. No, but I mean as far as a LARP goes.
I think there'd be people that
I don't know how well the Cthulhu live action role playing actually done.
Well, see, that's why we make it a boffer LARP. That way, because what they do is there's games all over the country, and they travel back and forth, like the Camarilla and the GDU and all the other.
I think I need to go to one of these boffer LARPs to see what get a feel.
It's
for
basically
it.
They camp out all weekend in a location.
Yeah.
That they pay for, which is why you pay.
Yeah,
$50 a weekend to go. It's $50 a weekend to go to one of these things.
Yeah.
And they pay for the location and all the other stuff, and like it's total immersion in the sense that everybody's in character. You're either camping out or you're staying in the bunkhouses or however that setup is. And then, like, in the middle of the night, they have attacks. So, like, people run through them, like, screaming and get up. And then they have, like, combat going on. And so, like, if it would happen, if that was real.
Quote unquote real life.
Yeah. It would, people sit out and with campfires and cook stuff over the campfires and this, that, and the other. And, you're talking thousands of people, going to, like, the big show in New Jersey, and, like, traveling. And, like, it's a huge thing. And I was looking at that going, if we totally, followed that, that idea with a different style, because it's like post-apocalyptic zombies.
Yeah.
And they have this weird hive mind thing or whatever, like, you can die a couple times, and be brought back, but every time you're brought back, you're closer to the grave, and but it's an interesting thing. But I think if we followed that train of thought with the Cthulhu side of things,
yeah,
where you walking around with your Nerf zombie blaster, whatever, like is sitting over there,
yeah,
and you come up and punk. Well, I just dealt 6 points of damage, to your face.
Right.
You keep the hit points relatively similar to the other Cthulhu games.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's low hit points because weapons hurt.
Right.
Somebody comes up and hits you with a sword.
Right.
Especially if they take a full whack at you, they're going to hurt you.
Yeah.
Especially if it's not like a prop toy, like one of those fake, even a fake one of those.
Like a wooden practice.
Yeah, that will hurt.
That hurts like a son of a gun.
Like, I take a kendo stick and I whip you in the face with it, you're going to feel it.
Mm-hmm.
And if I do it too many times, you're not going to be there.
Right.
But, so you take, like, the boffer weapons and you add the Nerf weapons and, people don't like walking around with the bows and arrows and whatever and feeling like, you have the boffer arrows,
Yeah.
And then you basically sell the pack as a... oh, by the way, all of this is copyright.
Yeah.
Like, as we're talking about it, I was like, we're just giving away the whole show.
That's kind of what I was thinking. I was like, well, I guess he's not really too keen on doing this because we've just given somebody the business model.
Well, somebody else, put the model out
Well,
there.
yeah.
I was just, it was more like the thought experiment of, like, hey.
I'm okay with it, though, if it comes out from somebody else beforehand. That just means we ain't got to do the work on it.
Right.
But we want free franchise.
Yeah.
That's the way that shit works right there.
Would you like franchise
Yes.
in Pensacola?
Sure.
Well, I think that's the show tonight.
Yeah.
It is that time.
Again.
Yeah, we're verging on our hour.
Yeah, we'll give them another show here in a couple of days.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Well, things will get packed up and get busy again, and it'll be another few weeks. And we'll be like, oh, we need to sit down and do a show.
Was this Wednesday?
Yeah.
Oh, so we should have been on at 6 o'clock anyway. We were just 5 hours late.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right.
But so this is Topher.
Little Sonny.
And we will see you next time.
Catch you on the flip side.